Alright, what's up, guys? I'm going to simplify this as best as possible, but I'm going to talk about the undercards and main events fights of Erickson Lubin versus Terrell Gausha and Jose Pedraza versus Javier Molina. Post fight reactions. I'm going to get these two fights out of the way, and then I'm going to focus on other fights such as Jaron Ennis versus Juan Carlos Abreu, F.A. Ajaba versus Johnny Rice, and that will be it. Alright, so let's talk about Jose Pedraza versus Javier Molina. I thought this was a very good fight. Pedraza did his thing. He got Molina down pretty well into the early rounds. Well, as far as handling him, and then Pedraza, he turned it up pretty good, and he managed to take him down pretty well. Um, Managed to get a lot of good hits on him, especially working to the body, utilizing his jab, and it would have been a lot better for him to do that. He managed himself, and he's doing his thing. So he did very well. I thought it was a pretty easy fight for Jose Pedraza, and his future seems pretty bright at 140. It's not like he's really that bad of a fighter, and I like how he fights anyway, so he has a very bright future with the 140 division or 40-pound division. That's why they call him Sniper. And Puerto Rico, stand up. Let's go. So I think honestly, it's definitely going to be a much bigger test down the road. I think it would be good enough if he were to. Sorry, I think it would be good enough if he were to take advantage of. How should I say? Take advantage of utilizing his jab, leading into, body punches, and then making sure his footwork is on point to, defeat his opposition to getting countered, or I guess like having him slow down, because I tend to see that he doesn't really utilize that too much, and he gets hard countered pretty bad when he doesn't really utilize those mechanisms. Because if you're gonna go up against a guy like Josh Taylor or Jose Ramirez, or even a guy like Prograis, or even Zapata, it's going to be a hard night for you to deal with those punches and those hard counters to get to get slowed down and then possibly knocked out. But yeah, let's talk about all the other guys at 140. You got Josh Taylor, you got Regis Prograis, you got Barrios, you got Robert Easter, you got Victor Postal, you have Arnold Barbosa Jr., which I think yeah, this guy, he's pretty good. But, I mean, he's not fighting anybody high tier yet. But, it wouldn't amaze me if he can show that out to the high level competition. Don't forget about Malik Hawkins and Rancis Bartholomew, which I think that would be a pretty good fight. I think it would be nice enough to kind of see what would be, good out of that, type of skill caliber. I mean, well, definitely not Pedraza and Rancis, because I don't think Rancis is really that good. But I think if he fights like a guy like maybe Barrios, that would be a good fight, or Jack Catterall. I mean, Catterall, he's okay. I've seen him fight a couple times. He doesn't really amaze me too much, so it wouldn't really surprise me. Alex Saucedo, he's a very good fighter. And all the other fighters, they're up and coming. Shakram Giasov, watch out for him. He's at 49, so he's going to be climbing pretty fast. Yeah, so let's move on with the next fight with Erickson Lubin versus Terrell Gausha. That was at That was at super welter 154. This is a very good fight. I thought Terrell definitely had the best of Lubin in the 12th round or 10th round, I forgot. But he did very well, got him hurt a little bit, but eventually it came to Lubin's favor when he started to utilize more ring control and get Gausha at a much higher risk of getting knocked out, which I think Lubin, he could have turned it up a little bit higher. That would have been a very deadly fight at the very end. But Lubin, being more intelligent in the ring, he definitely did his thing and got the job done. I think Lubin needs to work more on defensive craft and stop being hesitant off the jab. I think if he jabs more and lets his hands go, he would definitely beat up a lot more guys quicker. Because when you take a look at other fighters like Jason or Lara or Michael Soro or even Tony Harrison, these guys have much faster hands and they definitely use their shots more wisely. So it's easier for them to take advantage of that and start fighting a lot, you know, more aggressively. I just think like if he utilizes that better, he'll definitely win the fights easier because I think that's what he screwed up in. He wasn't letting his hands go, but I think he's just trying to be more conservative because he doesn't want to let the opponent know that he's throwing wild and he's gonna get knocked out if he gets caught at a bad moment of the fight, right? But overall, this is a good win. Terrell Gausha, he's a really good opponent, but I think it's going to be a lot more difficult down the road because Jermel Charlo will be the mandatory champion, and it's really funny because this is technically a title fight leading into another title fight. So basically, Lubin is just unifying his title with Charlo, and I just don't find that to be logically consistent with the boxing tradition. But yeah, let's get with all the other fighters. You got Israel Madrimov at number 22. You got Bakram Murtazaliev, number 27. Charles Conwell, Chordale. I think either of those three will definitely fight each other. You got Dylan Churat, Ted Cheeseman. He's going to be a very, very deadly fighter coming up. I think it would be really crazy to see what he can do. And I think coming down through the line, it's just going to be a much, bigger threat to be reckoned with when there's more tougher comp coming up to the top 25 or top 10 rankings. But I think honestly, it's going to be a war. Um, like when Charlo does fight Lubin really needs to utilize his mechanisms better, and he needs to be a little bit more feasible with his punches, and he'll definitely make a bigger threat to Charlo because Charlo doesn't seem to give anyone trouble until he starts picking it up better, and then he's able to win. But I just don't see any of that happening. It just doesn't seem like that's what would happen. Um, I think it'll be very interesting to see what Lubin will bring to the table against Charlo, and hopefully it can definitely work in his favor to win. But that's up to Lubin if he's hungry for it. I mean, we even have other fighters that are coming up. We got Jamonte Clark. We have, I guess we have, I don't even know, honestly. I mean, you got Austin Trout, you got Bohachuk, he's 25. Carlos Adames and Patrick TX Shera. Everybody keeps sleeping on Patrick TX Shera. He's a good boxer. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be crazy because if Tony Harrison, if he can try to get one credible victory, let's just say over to Patrick Teixeira or Tim Tissue or even Jason Rosario, if he actually even beat Jermel, that would be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy card. I'm actually excited for that. But I'm just hoping that for next week's card or next week's fight, Jermel Charlo can give out the work to Jason Rosario. But I think Rosario, he's gonna give Jermel a lot of issues because Rosario, he's very good and he doesn't really sleep on anyone. So he's very aggressive, and I think Jermel's gonna see a very deadly Jason Rosario come next Saturday. But it's good that Lubin got this victory. I think he should have done more and utilized his craft to actually win. But yeah, we'll find out, man. It's gonna be a tough fight. But don't even forget about Brian Castano too. So even if Jermel were to win and he beats Lubin again, he still has to face other guys like Michael Soro, Brian Castano, or even Patrick Teixeira or whoever. I don't know. Jerry Hurd, he's still a threat too, and Sebastian he's at 17. He'll probably fight Carlos Adames or Tony Harrison. It's gonna be crazy. So we don't even know who's really gonna be the tougher opponents. So all right, so that's pretty much what I have for this particular fight. Off to the next fight: Fa Ajaba versus Johnny Rice. Um, I think this fight was a good fight. It should have utilized more technique and power, mostly technique. I think you know, Ajaba, he could have done more, but it doesn't cease to amaze me what he does. If he has more movement in the fight, he definitely would have gotten his money's worth with knocking out Jonathan Rice. I think Rice, he wasn't really too aggressive. He used his right hand pretty well, but he just got fucking creamed when when Ajaba just kept punching him with the same right or left jab. He just throwing multiple 1-2s, and he just kept getting destroyed. But it doesn't really surprise me because this guy doesn't seem too much of a really tough fighter. I mean, he's only 129, in the division for the rankings. Ajaba, he's very high tier. He's 24. Um, but I think it's gonna be crazy what would be next for his line of fights because if he can get a Filip Ergovic or a Daniel Dubois, I know that Dubois he's gonna be fighting Joe Joyce. If he could get Filip Ergovic, I don't know who the hell he's gonna fight next. Oh, he's gonna fight Andre or Andrej Pala. Who the hell is this guy? Oh, this guy, he's a big boy. He's from the Czech Republic. Jesus, but he's an old guy, so yeah, I don't understand that. Why can't you fight Fa? Unless he's just not worth the fight, and then like I mean, yeah, like he could fight Michael Hunter or Andy Ruiz. Like they don't have fights, or even Luis Ortiz. I would definitely pay to see that, or even Robert Helenies or Helenies. I don't even know if Dominic Brazil he's still fighting. After that knockout loss to Walder, like he's like, "Yep, I'm not fighting again." It's like, how do you just like not come back to the ring like a year and a half ago? Like just a massive layoff. Not even like I don't even know what he's doing, but I mean he's pretty old, so he's just not like I just don't get that. Are you just not gonna take it seriously anymore? even though that you were doing pretty well in your last couple fights. Which, I know you lost to Joshua, but I mean, you beat Mansoor, you got the WBC title. So I mean, he has notable wins. Well, I wouldn't even say that. Most of his wins are pretty one or two star. So the only really good fights he's really been able to fight in was the Walder and Joshua fights. But I don't know. It'd be really weird to see what he's gonna do. Eric Molina, he's just garbage. 27-6, got knocked out by Filip Hrgovic, and got TKO'd by Brazil. TKO by Joshua. Thomas Adamek, yeah, like you were able to beat him, but he's all washed up. But yeah, I just don't get that. Very very weird. Don't understand how that comes to place. But yeah, we have a very deep division. We got Walter about to whoop Fury's ass in December, knowing that Fury lost in the first fight. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Walter will do. I think he's definitely going to dominate Fury. I mean, it's just really weird how the fight's being held off to December. And why can't it just be in like November or something? Well, I mean, probably just because like he wants to rest and get his body right. I mean, it's just crazy because it's like, Walter, he's gonna be 35, and Fury, he's like, uh, yeah, he's like 32, and it's gonna be quite a battle. But the Gypsy King's gonna get his ass knocked out and probably prosecuted. So we're gonna be seeing some crazy stuff coming out of these two. I think Fury's just gonna be dominated. It's already said and done. He's not good. He's already exposed. New media is taking over, and I'm here to take over the show. I find it funny how the last fight with Otto Wallen, he had to get 47 stitches with his right eye. So if Walter could literally rip that eye open and just beat the crap out of Fury, he's done, man. So screw you, Tyson Fury. You suck. Congrats to F.A. Ajaba. He's a beast. I love F.A. It will be interesting to see where he goes into his future. Very top contender. That's really where he is right now. It's not really a prospect. But yeah, man, this is crazy. Um, I don't know if I talked about the Jaron Ennis fight, but if I did, let me know. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but he did very good against Juan Carlos Abreu. He knocked him down in the fifth, and then knocked him twice in the sixth, where he just got his ass whooped. And Jaron, he just went Floyd Mayweather on him. He was on his pretty boy level. So he is a very good fighter, but he needs to quit it without the showboating. I think that'll definitely help him focus better. It's just not good of like why he does that. I don't understand why. I think he needs to really take things a bit more seriously, especially against a guy that is a high tier contender. Well, not for Juan Carlos Abreu, but just for anybody. If you just showboat and like in a boxing fight, you have a very high chance of getting knocked out, and it just want to be good on his behalf because there's so many other people that want to get to your level, and if you're not going to take it seriously, then somebody else will take it seriously, and somebody will beat you, and that's like the nature of boxing, and it sucks, but I just don't want to see that out of Walter because he is a good fighter, or I'm sorry, I don't want to see that out of Jaron Ennis because he's a very good fighter, and it would suck to see him, just get caught into the mix of a fight, and then somebody exposes him and it just wouldn't be good on his behalf because he would get knocked out and definitely make himself look embarrassed. But it's good that he brutally KO'd Juan Carlos Abreu. I think um, he definitely took him down. He made him look pretty easy work. So I think if he does his thing with other top tier fighters, he's just gonna become a world champion pretty soon. I mean, he's already 25 or 26-0. So what's there for me to really talk about? You have 23 knockouts. So yeah, he's a beast. You know, he's already too good. He's already cruising through the welterweight division, and hopefully we can see more out of him in his next fight because Virgil Ortiz or anybody at that level will be waiting for you, and you better be ready to knock his ass out. Knock them all out. Give this man more belts. Let's go. Philly, stand up. All right. So that's pretty much what I got to say to y'all, man. This is a very good card for both sides. I really enjoyed the fight. It was good enough to kind of see what was going on within those fights. So we have a really good card for Jamel and Jamal Charlo. I'll probably cover that like maybe tomorrow or next few days coming into the week, and I'll give my pre-fight and post-fight reactions. It's gonna be crazy because Dervyachenko and Rosario, those are two bad boys in two different divisions. So yeah, we'll definitely see what happens, man. All right, please hate, like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what y'all do. Let's get more attention for the boxing community. And this is K Rod signing out with more news to come, more gaming content to come. See y'all. Have a good night. Bye.